Peace and blessings, family. This is Dr. D from Mastery Beyond Boundaries. I haven't put out any videos here on YouTube for a minute. I did dabble with some sales videos, but I took those off. But nevertheless, I'm on here today because I wanted to address something that I believe is very, very, very important, not just because it was maybe a recent event, or because it was about what we would call a celebrity, but because it was about a brilliant black man, a brilliant black man. And this man's name is Terrance Howard. Okay, recently I was actually on YouTube. I was looking at some things on my particular channel and seeing other things that I could actually do because of some ventures that I'm looking to get into in the future. And I came across daytime tea time, or I think that's how it's pronounced, daytime tea time, or daytime tea. Young lady and her husband who do, I believe it's a gossip column for YouTube about events that are taking place with different celebrities, what's happening with them, the latest, and what have you. And it caught my eye that she was talking about Terrance Howard, the actor. Most of us know him, especially today, from Empire, but he's done many, many other things, many wonderful films that most of us have seen. But just to get into it, there was a clip that she actually put on, which had to do with him not only talking about retiring from acting, but also once he was asked, well, what brought this on? He was being interviewed at one of the awards shows outside, like they normally do with the actors, and he mentioned that he would be retiring. And then he began to go into what he wanted to do and what he was going to do and what he's working on after his retirement. And even right now, at that moment, what he was working on. He began to speak about things that had to do with physics and quantum physics. He began to talk about ventures that he was getting into, things that he had already done in the realm of changing the shape of physics. He began to name things that he had actually come up with, that he had discovered when it came to platonic solids, when it came to the tree of life and the space in between the petals. He began to get into a lot of things, and of course the interviewers, like most of us, did not understand what he was talking about because he was speaking scientific language. And they began to laugh, really right there in his face while they were interviewing him. They didn't insult him, but I believe that the laughing was insult enough. And I didn't appreciate it when I saw the clip. Not only did they do that, but right after that, there was a show that they were on. I guess it was, I don't know if it had anything to do with the awards or whatever, but it was like a news panel. And the same guy, there was a Caucasian female and a Caucasian male that were interviewing him. And the same guy was on this news show, again, laughing with everybody else that was on that panel at the things that Terrance Howard was saying when it came to the fact that he is a physicist, which many people did not know. He is a physicist, very well-known physicist in the areas that he has traveled in. He has spoke at many places. One of the places, the only other place that I know that he has spoken of, and I just caught that, and I believe it was maybe a year and a half, 2 years ago, was at Oxford. He spoke to the students of Oxford, which is a very accomplished thing. And so just to be invited out. So to get back to my point, they were laughing at him. They were talking about things he was saying. Oh, he's talking about recreating Mars, and he cleared that up. He cleared that up. Using a simulation is what it is he was talking about, using a simulation to show what can actually happen with the atmosphere of Mars from the things that he's putting together. And so it made sense. And even without him mentioning later on about a simulator, it still made sense to those of us who have a small inkling of physics or anything that he was talking about. He was even talking about gravity and things that he had discovered about gravity and the different thought process about gravity versus what it is that we have known about gravity. He mentioned Einstein. He mentioned Plato. He mentioned Socrates. He mentioned a lot of individuals that came forth years and years ago. All right. And he said a bold statement. He said, I have done what they could not do, what they could not find. And to me, that's not a disrespectful statement because they made the same statement about themselves when they came to present what it is that they were, their invention or their idea or their theory about something. He even spoke about at Oxford that the Euclidean theory is outdated. Okay, it's outdated. And that the flower of life is not flat. It's actually four-dimensional, and he showed some of those things and how it works, and even pulled out some of the things that he's actually invented on the daytime tea time show, and it was wonderful. I mean, I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed what he was talking about, his plans when it came to energy, and how he actually wanted to help individuals through his invention to be able to receive energy free. He even talked about the book that actually has all of the things that he's talking about, a book that you can read. Not only can you read it, but you'll be able to read it for free. His statement was that the universe, and I'm paraphrasing, the universe didn't charge him for the information that it gave him, so he's not going to charge anyone else for to read his book. And so I really got a chance to sit down and just listen to our brother speak versus watching him on a movie, and it was just wonderful to me. And I am very, very, very perturbed at those individuals who laughed at him, those individuals who felt that what he was saying was funny. And the sister on daytime tea made a valid point. She said, if it had been, and she names about maybe 4 or 5 other Caucasians who were actors, if it had been them saying the same thing that evening to those reporters, she don't think they would have laughed. As a matter of fact, sis, I can tell you right now, I know they wouldn't have laughed. Because anything, it's still a stigma on us. And I don't have a problem with saying that I'm proud of Terrance Howard for who he is, but I'm definitely proud that he is a black man, an esteemed black man, a black man with letters behind his name. He knows what he's talking about, and he's taking this thing by storm. And that's something that, to be honest with you, even today in 2020, there are those still that do not want to see us accomplish things. And he also made a statement when he was speaking at Oxford. He said, for the things that I'm saying right now, I could be shot. So he understands the danger too behind revealing these things that no one else has ever come out with. And so I wanted to come on here just in case his people or anyone else would see this and say, brother, I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you. I'm happy. I'm happy that you're doing what you're doing. It makes me stick my chest out even more knowing that we have one that is not just an ordinary individual, that doesn't just hide behind acting, that doesn't have to pick up and get scripts and have their agent run and try to find them things, but they have other things that they're actually doing that they can not only live off of, but they can also help other people. I'm proud of you. And I'm happy to say that you are one of us. Seriously. And individuals may have a problem with that. Have a problem with it all you want. I'm proud of it. Because it's few far and in between that we are able to celebrate one another. Even when we should celebrate one another, we have a problem with doing it. So I'm taking the time today to give you your so-called flowers, brother, for the things that you're doing. I just wanted to come on today to also give us a little nugget on celebrating our people a little bit more. We talk about many things. We talk about what's going on TV. We talk about what's going on our favorite show, what happened down the block, what's going on in the family, all of these different things, gossiping about this and about that. What about celebrating We should have had so many YouTube videos out so far celebrating Terrance Howard for his accomplishments, celebrating Terrance Howard for the things that he's doing and what he's going to do, because he's not being selfish with it. Celebrating Terrance Howard for having the courage to leave acting and to take all of his energy and make sure that he puts it into something that's going to be worthwhile and that will outlive him. So, brother, I'm proud of you. I'm happy for what you're doing. I want you to know, I don't know what it is that I could do. I mean, I am not a physicist. I am a metaphysicist. I have a Ph.D. in holistic life counseling. And so the area that I am in is metaphysics. However, whatever it is that I can do, I would be willing to do to continue to spread the word about what it is that you're doing. And I believe that we, as a people, we need to be doing the same thing. Even if you just get on daytime, tea time, get on there and make some comments about how proud you are of the brother. Do your own YouTube video and let him know that we support him, that we're behind him. I think that'll not only do him some good, but I think that it will do us some good when it comes to solidarity. So again, brother, I salute you, brother Terrance Howard. I salute you, physicist Terrance Howard. I salute you, brother, because not only are you brilliant, but I believe in my heart that you're going to do some great and wonderful things for society, whether all accept it or not. They're not going to be able to dispute it because you already have it locked down. So, brother, keep pushing. Okay, you have my support, and I'm pretty sure you have many others. But I need us to voice that, family. Let's voice our support for this brother. Let's not let him go down in flames when it comes to what society likes to do when we pop our heads up and do something great. Let's celebrate him. Love your family. Talk to you soon.